Just recording a video. I was supposed to be on my way picking up some medicine. And so I figured I'd do my vlog today and see what's going on. Maybe walk around the neighborhood a bit. You know what I don't understand about a lot of apartments? And some of these apartments have so much crap going on out here. They receive millions and millions and millions of dollars. And a lot of times, it don't even look like it. You know, I remember looking up that apartments really started in the 1950s, early 1953. It was called the Magnolia Gardens Complex. And it wasn't like what you will see now. Apartment complexes that you see now, this is the remnants of the 1980s, the turbulent 1980s. But before the 1980s, you had Theodore Roosevelt, his wife Eleanor Roosevelt. She the one petitioned for her husband at the time to come up with an assisted living facility for a lot of mothers who husbands was killed in a war. And so through her proposal, you had the construction of what was called the Magnolia Projects, and there was 3 more other ones in 1953 to 1955. And of course it was segregated. There wasn't no black families living there. It was just all and I'm just being honest with history, it was just all white people. And they weren't even middle class, they was poor. Apartment complexes did not have a whole bunch of blacks in it. It didn't have a whole bunch of Mexicans. It didn't have nothing, because a lot of those communities, you know, the African Americans couldn't qualify. And so I said that to just basically give a history of how apartments is. You just look at what we're dealing with now in a lot of these local apartments. Here's another apartment complex just right across the street, riddled with violence, gun violence, the likes. I'm talking about riddled with violence. And it's just one after the other. That's just basically like I was saying. You always have complexes that's riddled with crime, infested with prostitution, infested with violence, and it's just all over. And I could never understand why. I didn't mean to talk y'all ears off. I would just, you know, like nice houses like this. Well, that's kind of nice. But I'm just doing my vlogging right now, and I decided to just step out on this beautiful nice day and record some videos. Just like this abandoned place right here. You know, you see this? Nothing but just poor construction. Poor construction. See, here's the thing that I don't like about the city where I'm at. They'll paint this place and make it seem like it's a nice, enjoyable place for children, like an outreach program. But it's been closed for the longest. It's been closed for the longest. Sound like that van about to die. So, and that's what you hear. Yeah, I see one of my friends, he took me, dropped me off. These look good. I wonder, can you actually win money at this thing? You probably can. Probably can. Probably give me some beer. I used to drink this. Man, that used to put me on my ass. The Steel Reserve 211. It was some good beer that I used to get. I used to always get sometimes 2 and 3 of them. Man, they'll knock me out. Some of the reason why I got liver disease now. So I'm headed back. Might gonna walk around a little bit, see what's going on. So I'm back walking again. But like I said, look, that beer is some of the reason why I got liver failure now, or liver disease, because I was drinking all that beer. And I'm talking about I wasn't drinking it for years, guzzling and guzzling. Nah, I wasn't drinking that for years. I was like an occasional drinker, but when I did drink, man, I used to drink like hell. So there's no surprise that I got it anyway. There's no surprise that I got it, because I'm talking about I had some fun. Listen, I may got liver disease, but I had fun when I was drinking. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that my experience with drinking was negative. Oh no. And that's another damn thing. They always have a goddamn pawn shop in every poor community. In every poor community, they always gotta have, and they ain't talking about one, they got 2 of them. That's one. This one over here marks 2. That's a pawn shop right there. No, that's a food mart. Well, and that's just as worse, because you drinking yourself to death and smoking. So they got a convenience store here. Here is a pawn shop. And they're basically like loan sharks in the community, because if you're poor, you more than likely going to want to try to pawn something, and then they make it just as hard for you to get it out. Oftentimes, people tend to lose items in pawn shops just from the simple fact that they can't even keep up with the interest rate to pay the stuff off. Good grief, that Chinese food smells so goddamn good. It's humming. I can smell it across the damn street. I didn't mean to cuss, but good grief, good Lord. Golden egg roll. We have the egg roll. Golden egg roll, y'all, another one that messed me up. Oh man, I can smell it so bad, but see, I already know that if I get home, my wife is gonna be upset that I went and got some Chinese food. She be like, I'm trying to keep you around. You're not gonna leave me. I want you to be around. You're not gonna fast forward your death and leave me. So, and that's Garber. I used to thought it was called Gerber, but it's Garber Collision and Glass. That's another seafood place that be busting. This one right here. Good googly moogly, they be busting. So, like I said, I'm just taking my time walking and just enjoying this Sunday morning, afternoon, whatever time it is. All I know is this Sunday, I ain't go to church today. I'm just walking and scrolling. I gotta check behind me every so often, because there's always a person with a bicycle. And this is the U.S. Army Recruitment Center right here in my neighborhood. So right in my neighborhood, if a person want to join an army, they come there. You go to that recruitment center, sometimes you'll see some cadets, or cadets, I don't want to call them soldiers just off the top, because they not soldiers immediately, but you'll see them marching. Sometimes they'll do laps. I try to stay far away from that place. I'm not trying to be recruited anytime soon. My homeboy that went and picked me up and dropped me off, man, his door didn't have no kind of mechanism. You see what a doorknob at on this car? Nothing. Man, my heart started beating fast. I thought he was finna kidnap his boy. I was about to say, oh Lord, he gonna keep driving and taking me to the woods. Now, this look like it's a good deal on this car. I don't know the make and model. Look like a Mercedes from the emblem. For what I'm seeing, looks to be a Mercedes. $2,500 for sale. Not a bad car. I mean, I'll ride it. It's not a bad car at all. These billboards be cracking me up, man. They really be cracking me up. Hairforme.com, the International IHRS Hair Restoration Center. That's the number. I think my brother need that, because my brother going bald on the top of his head from steroid use, I believe. He really need that. So if you're watching, bro, you need some Rogaine, and you need that just for me. You need that hair for me real bad, because the top of your head is thinning. Leave them steroids alone and eat healthy. Oh, shoot. I'm to my spot, CVS Pharmacy. I kind of got a love-hate relationship with CVS Pharmacy because I don't like their prices. Some of their food be costing light bill money, so I don't too much care for their stuff, to be honest. And then every now and then they may have a cuckoo or two sitting out here. Now walking around. If the camera's shaky, I can just slow down. There's some good supplies for the kids. I wish my children was with me, but they not. And Lord, I remember when my children used to be babies. I used to constantly have to get Pedialyte because my girls will throw up a lot. So I remember them days. So I'm just waiting to pick up my medicine. That's the OTC Health Benefit Plan station right here. It used to be a COVID-19 station. And so that's why I got my Pfizer vaccine right here. Oh, okay. They getting my medicine. So I got my medicine. Yep, got my medicine right here. What a diaper owl. Yeah, I remember this. These memories. Pull-ups, loves, huggies. I know we be happy our kids grown, but it hit you once they get big enough to be high schoolers or middle schoolers. So I'm heading out. I don't even know what else I'm supposed to do. No, but I was gonna say that it may feel good that your kids get bigger and they have their independence, but I'm trying to tell you, you'll miss the subtle things they used to do and those childlike moments. Oh, you're gonna miss them. Like, I ain't never thought in a million years I miss pull-ups, because I used to buy pull-ups all the time. Pampers, I used to buy Huggies, I used to buy wipes, I used to buy baby necessities all the time. I ain't never thought I'd miss it, but yeah, I actually miss it. Seeing baby diapers and stuff, it make you miss it. Actually, never thought I'd say it. So I'm just here walking back. I know it may seem like I'm not talking about nothing, but I'm just trying to watch out for a lot of stuff in my neighborhood. So I'm recording, I'm watching out for this person right here, because I don't know what they're going to try to do. And so I don't know how to vlog real, really well, like how a lot of those YouTubers be. But I'm starting to figure out a lot of what they do is just press and pause. If you want to cut to the scene, everything that requires editing. All you gotta do sometimes, if you want to do like a cut and pause, you just simply pause the video and you film the best parts, pause the video, go somewhere else, and resume record. That's all you gotta do. And so I don't know if I want to pick up something from the grocery store or not, but I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes I have a phobia of cars driving past, because a lot of times I be thinking that they want to drive past me to either say some stuff or to hurt or to throw something at you. A few times I done had over the years, I done had somebody throw something at me. I done had somebody try to squirt me with water when a car passed by. I don't know if anyone ever had that happen to you. It's not a pleasurable experience, because you don't know what they're spraying you with. They could be spraying you with urine. They could be spraying you with water and bleach. They could be spraying you with anything. So a lot of times when they, and people ain't supposed to do it, but I'm just trying to say the many cycles I done ran into in the last 15 years. I mean, you run across everybody. I also decided to get out the house and do some walking and go for a walk, because I got a neighbor upstairs. She is something else. I'm talking about making it unbearable to live. That's why I don't like apartment complex. Excuse me. I see you get some people sometimes that'll say, well, just get out. If it was that easy, I would have been out. A lot of times too, you shouldn't have to be forced into a situation. That's why a lot of times, if my financial instability, if my financial instability didn't allow me to stay in these kind of little rundown places, I would. I mean, because that's some of the reasons why a lot of apartment complexes in a poor area goes down anyway, because sometimes a lot of the young girls move a lot of their boyfriends in. They can say they single, and then like 5 minutes later they got somebody. I'm talking about you cannot see them with somebody for 1,000 years. And the reason why I make that and say that is because when a lot of guys come to a single girl house, a lot of problems come too. So you got to know what comes with it. That's why I always like being alone. I'm a real quiet person. Yeah, I talk and mingle and kick the bobo with people. That's an old school term for hanging out. I kick the bobo with a couple people, chill, whatnot. But I'm really deep down a quiet person. That's why you don't see me recording in clubs. Now, my friend, on the other hand, who picked me up, I can't tell him what to do with his music. If he got his music blasting sky high, I can't tell him, hey man, turn your music down, shoot. So he can say, what man, I put your ass out. You can walk. If he want to become hearing impaired at the age of 40 or 41, by all means, I'm not going to stop you. That's my advice, dog. I wish I had $1 million in there. But I'm just joking. The most a credit union can hold is about $200,000 to $300,000. I would be nice to say $400,000, but at a certain point, it stopped being a credit union. If you put over $400,000 or $500,000 in there, I believe it stops becoming a credit union and it becomes a bank. That's when you got to put your money in a trusted bank. So I believe a credit union can only hold about $100,000 to $200,000, maybe $300,000 for the most. Now that's from me doing research. I could be wrong, or I could be right. But from my estimates, I've never known nobody to have more than a couple $100,000 at a credit union at one time. And if you guys remember what I was saying about there being a pawn shop, and like more than one pawn shop in every poor community. Look at this one, Cash America Pawn. Now they do good, they got very good stuff in there sometimes. So they not a bad pawn shop, but it's just the fact that it's another one. I didn't have a real bad experience here, but I did spend some money that I wish, you know, I wish I would have had a better outcome. You know, buying tablets and electronics and stuff. You have to be careful when doing that here. This little spot that we coming up on right now, used to be a lot of homeless people used to sleep right here. So I think whoever owned this building and this parking lot, they got them to put up a makeshift whatever to keep the homeless people out. And that's why they say this. They have on the wall or this little thing, danger, construction site, authorized personnel only. But we all know better than that. It's to keep the homeless people from sleeping right here in this area, because this is a high level area where they like to sleep at. So they put these little construction sites on here to make it seem like it's a construction site. Yeah, you can see the little rocks and stuff in there. It's a construction site, but when they get done, it's gonna be an area where you can no longer come there and chill if you're homeless. So I've been noticing that too. And you see they have it almost covered all around. At the Regency Campground, guys used to sleep right here all the time. And so I'm almost to my local grocery store. I figure I'll take my subscribers on a walk with me. Hey, if you've been tuning in past 10 minutes, past 20 minutes, hey, you deserve a superhero badge. And on my channel, I will be doing cash giveaways and prizes too, so be watching out for that. So you just hit me with a like, a subscribe. No, you ain't even gotta subscribe to my channel. Just give me a like every now and then. I just do not like pressuring people to visit my channel and go subscribe. Yeah, it's a way to get more fans engaged with your channel, but if your channel ain't doing nothing, you ain't talking about nothing, you're gonna have people come and go. They'll subscribe to your channel one day, and 2 days later, when you ain't talking about nothing, they'll unsubscribe from you. So that's the thing you gotta look out for. Have engaging content. And hell, even sometimes too much engaging content can make me lay off. Now, like I was saying, there's one channel that I like a lot called the Impossible Channel. And the Impossible Channel have to be hands down as one of the best YouTube channels I've ever seen before, ever. I don't know where this guy get his videos. He said a lot of people send him and email him a lot of these videos. And it be like some of the most craziest, outlandish stuff you can ever see. Just crazy. But I'm not gonna make this video too long. I'm gonna wrap it up eventually. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna wrap up the video. And so I'm back at my local grocery store. They have a bunch of buy one get one frees, chips, everything. Just thinking about grabbing me something for $1 and getting the change back off. So that's what I might do. And so I just left the store and I'm about to head home. And these parking lots stay so full. I'm about to head home and see what's going on. Listen, I like exercising. That's why I rather walk before I do anything else. Look, I hope my video wasn't boring. I try to have a lot to say. What I'm gonna start doing one day is interviewing people, but I don't want to become like everybody else's channel. I want to be different. I don't want to be like everybody else, because for the longest of time I was finding a lot of interview videos. Yeah. So I'm back, and I was just talking about what I think about this city so far, and how they do the poor and how they do the homeless. And so I want to speak with someone.
Oh, I was going to say, I was just thinking that for the homeless, they ought to have a shelter on each side of town, but they have not done so. It's always remained just downtown in one spot or two,
That's right.
and that would be Trinity or Sulzbacher.
Yep. And I stayed at the Salzbacher. I lived there with my whole family. That's
I
what.
stayed at Sulzbacher
Yep,
for a little while.
Trinity Rescue Mission. They had to put the men out at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I used to have to leave at 5 in the morning just and wander the streets because they didn't want you staying there. If you was a man, you had to get out at 5 in the morning. They'll wake you up.
For the women, they have to do chores.
Chores. Oh, we had to do
They
that.
wouldn't let me go to my doctor appointments.
Right.
Just
Oh.
get out the house.
So I'm back again, and I'm walking home, and I'm recording the trees, and I'm going up to this site. And so I'm not gonna keep this video too long, and I'm gonna go. So I was your host, Price. Let's roll with another video. Be sure to like, comment, and if you could subscribe if you want. Be sure to catch another one of my videos at a later date. And until next time, everybody, peace and continue to have a good one later.